Welcome back to Blog Access 101. I'm your host, Young Abachi. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify by searching Blog Access 101. This is episode 224. Here today, my co-host, Bobby. What up, Bobby?
What up, bro? How you doing?
Man, pretty good. Had a good birthday weekend. Yeah, a good week.
Happy
Uh,
belated again.
Thanks, Cuzzo. But it was good. It's good to see WNBA back. Playoffs. My teams are playing strong right now. Hopefully that continues. Um, Trying to three-peat in one league, back to back in another, and trying to get the first one in a new league I joined.
Hey,
Um,
these girls came back with some shit, minus the Aces.
yeah, I just think they're probably tired. Like you had Kelsey, Asia, Jackie, and then Chelsea as well. All
I
four.
said I said the same thing to a coworker. I was like, yo, you gotta think. They really didn't have a break.
Yeah,
Like
because
the fact that All-Star is supposed to serve as that break in between, and then they had to do all that to go to Paris and play in the Olympics. So there's a few teams where none of the players got chosen off of, so they had their whole team and could practice and get some stuff down. And
yeah,
this is where the key push is when you start getting that chemistry towards the end of the season. Like it's cool. Yeah, you can lead the beginning of the season, create a gap between you and your competitors, but once people start getting that chemistry and stuff, like that beginning gap starts to dwindle, and it doesn't really matter.
yeah, because I was definitely shocked that the Lynx was a. I thought I remember we talked about last Sunday before last podcast we were talking about how the Lynx and the Aces played twice in the week, and this was the shot for the Aces to move out of that five seed and potentially pop up to that third seed, having the Lynx move down. I knew the Lynx was going to get. I figured they was going to split the 2 game series between the Aces. I didn't think they was going to beat them in both. I figured they was going to beat them in Minnesota in a close nail biter, but they went the first one on Wednesday and went to Vegas and went there and went in Aces area and just really beat them, gave them that ass whipping. I mean, they only won by 11, but like I guess we can starting to see that maybe the Minnesota Lynx are actually not pretenders and could be potential championship contenders.
Nah, I don't think that. I think they could be contenders, but we just have to wait and see because playoffs is all about matchups.
Oh, no question. But to me personally, I feel like they match up pretty well. Um, obviously, Nafisa Collier is a dog down low. She learns how to play physical, gets in the buckets. Kayla McBride to me is a good defender and she can score as well. Then the dark horse for me for the Minnesota Lynx um, was Williams.
Hmm.
So when Courtney Williams, she had what 20 in that game on Wednesday. If she can just give that, I wouldn't say even a 20. If she can give that solid, I would say that 12 to 15. Um, I I say they have a good shot of potentially beating the Aces. It's going to be a dogfight, but if they all those big three can play how they play, I think they have a potential shot.
What about the Sun, Connecticut Suns?
I think they're a physical team as well. Obviously, I love Alyssa Thomas, Mrs. Triple Double, uh, Dejanay, and then Dewana. They're a solid team, but let me see what seed they are right now. I think they're what 2? Yeah, they're the 2 seed. So playoffs started the way they were today. They played Caitlin Clark. Obviously, I think they get them out of there real fast. Um, then they would play that winner of that what 3 and 6, which is Minnesota and my Mercury.
Hey, speaking of Mercury, get them gone. They out of there. I'm
Mm,
sorry.
Settle
Like
down, settle
they
down,
they
settle
too
down.
them boys too old.
I mean, Tara, yeah,
They
you know,
old. It's time. It's time
Copper,
to.
Copper came back. She was the only one that like super fresh coming back off the from the Olympics. She didn't like she's not tired at all.
It's
Came,
time to tell Diane and Tarasi, hey, it's time for you to ride out to pasture. Okay. It's either you ride out the pasture or we treat you like old Yeller.
no, I mean, damn, but no, she's still doing her thing. You can't act like she just out there just
She
top
can
heavy.
barely move on defense. See, this is my whole thing. She can barely move on defense. and she's not even the main focal point on offense all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like she can barely move. Her knees are
You still need a player like that caliber on your team for just like leadership and also
yeah,
like
she can be UD like the Miami Heat and sit on the bench and talk her shit.
but then the other thing, I mean, what was it when they played the Dream? She had a solid. She had 18 points, like 18 and 5. So it's like it's not like she's not giving anything. It's like obviously it's some games where it's like, oh, okay, we see the age factor in. But for the
She needs
most
to retire like Sue Bird retired. Sue Bird knew. It was like, hey, I can't keep up with these young girls. I'm out of here. Peace.
yeah, it's like I mean, you'll have a game where she'll give you like 4 points and you're like, oh damn. But then she'll come back and like the other day when she played the Dream again and had 18. It's like that's I mean, obviously you want your guy your girls to be able to be productive most majority of the games, but I mean BG had a slow game. Trying to remember what game that was. I think it was the same game when they lost to the Dream earlier this week. Yeah, she had 14 and 8, so that's solid. But it was a one game. She came back off the break. I think it was last week. It might have been against the Sky, where she wasn't really uh bringing that much. But as we talked about, there's probably that fatigue coming back from just all them games in the Olympics. But
I'm telling you,
I wouldn't say she gotta get off like old Yeller. She's still productive.
take her out the pasture.
Oh
So
my
was Kobe. Hey, Kobe was productive too. But Kobe played past his prime too. After that Achilles injury, Kobe should have retired.
brother hates the people that's old, man. You gotta respect the
I'm
good.
not hating at people that's old. Like if you're not, so there's a new standard when you're old. And I'm be honest, not everybody can be like LeBron, but there's a new standard. Like, yeah, take care of your body. You gotta at least be in productive. If not, okay, so say you're a scorer. Okay, can you be productive in other places? If you're not being productive in the main thing that they have you on the team for, then what do I have you there?
But I feel like she still is productive, like for me, from just obviously leadership, and I feel like they thrive off her energy when she turns.
Hey, I'm all for the leadership, but she can sit the bench like UD
I
did.
mean, but she's still. But even when I went to the game where she played with against the Mystics, like she's still that floor general where that can get that they'll bring the ball. Obviously, you got Natasha Cloud and then Kalia Copper, but like even like Taras is still that floor general where she can lead the team and with the assists and just get people in spots where they need to be able to effectively uh work. Like Sophie Cunningham, like she's always that wing shooter, and Taraji knows to get the ball. Same thing with Copper, get her the ball in rhythm. She can go over there, hit that elbow jumper, or just take it to the rack.
Okay.
I feel like I feel like the Mercury used Natasha and Tarasi as like interchangeable guards. Either one of them is bringing the ball up because you can float off to either one of them as that floor general and make something shake. But I like Tarasi there, man. I don't think you need to have a sitter yet. Now, if she keep doing like a couple times she had those 4 point games consistently, yeah. But like I'd say it'd be like a spur, it'd be here and there if she had those like slow days, slow games. But other than that, I feel like she's still productive. Uh,
Oof.
but
Ain't gonna lie, the Aces might have a hard matchup with Seattle.
I think they beat them. Because I would have.
Nah, I think that's gonna be a hard matchup.
Oh no,
Uh,
it's gonna be hard. But I mean, it's playoffs. But I
New
think they beat them because
New York should roll through Chicago.
no,
Connecticut
I
should.
wouldn't say, and I wouldn't say roll through, but they're gonna win. Um, because I really like what Teresa Witherspoon was doing over there with Chicago. Because you're looking at Chicago, and then you're looking at Indiana, two teams that were picked high in the draft, and nobody suspected Indiana Fever or
And you
Chicago.
got a lot of teams under. You got how many teams under 500? You got the last two seeds under 500. Time to invest in the play-in.
Oh my goodness, stop, bro! It's only like what 12 teams.
I know it's only 12 teams. Time to invest in the play-in.
But
Keep
here's
one.
the thing. Here's the thing I'm shocked about. Like you got, well, the Dream is right there. They could take over that eighth seed from Chicago, especially with Ryan Howard back.
Yeah.
Well, um, so we'll see how that goes. Um,
The Sparks, Dallas, and Washington just suck.
bro, no, but the Dallas was hurt with injuries. You had Natasha Howard had that foot injury. Then you had Satuda was getting healthy. She's back now. Um, and then what's the other girl? Was it Saragas? The other
Yeah.
big, like she was injured. It's like they were just plagued with injuries. But now they're finally starting to get the team back outside of what's her name?
Here's
Cigarettes.
what's crazy. Here's what's crazy. The LA Sparks are gonna get might get Paige Buckers. It might be interesting, scary hours on that one.
That'd be a good team with her, Brink,
Yeah.
Lakeisha Jackson.
Hopefully Brink comes back at least close to herself as she can because of the fact that ACL injuries are serious women basketball. So
Yeah, then you have Ari McDonald. But yeah, I think so. How I think how it's going to go when the playoffs start is, you got Minnesota versus Phoenix. I mean, I'm a Mercury fan, but I'm gonna be a realist as well, and I think Minnesota obviously wins that series. Let's see, 4-5. I'm taking Vegas over Seattle. It's a no brainer for me. Uh,
respect it. Yeah.
then that one that, obviously, Liberty versus Chicago or Dream, if they found some way to slip into the playoffs. No matter who they play, I got the Liberty.
You know what? I think this Connecticut and Indiana series will be interesting because we know how Caitlin is in a playoff scenario.
Oh yeah,
It-
it's gonna be a physical game too
It's
with
going to be an
uh,
interesting game.
with Dewana and Alyssa. And then you got Alyssa Smith and Aaliyah Boston over there. So I think that'd be a good series, probably underrated series, and not too many people think about, but because they're young, Indiana. But I feel like it's gonna be a competitive
But
match.
I'm gonna say I'll go Minnesota over Phoenix.
Oh, no question. Uh, and then what I got? Two versus three. You got Connecticut, Minnesota. Probably gonna get chalked up for saying this, but I'm taking Minnesota over Connecticut.
And then you got Las Vegas versus New York. I'm
Uh,
going, you know what?
I'm
I
gonna take
think
the
yeah,
Aces. I'm
yeah,
taking.
I'm going over New York because I think this is the year. Las
Yep.
Vegas, this three-peat is getting bigger than what they can handle. And Asia doing a lot of work. She doing a lot of work for that team where she shouldn't have to.
Yeah, but I feel like the way that Liberty is gonna follow on Jonquel Jones to figure out how she shows up in that series, and I feel like Asia gives her that work, takes her out of her game on her offensive side as well, because obviously Asia's a great defender.
True.
Uh, so I feel like if the Liberty really want to get over the hump, it's gonna have to fall through Jonquel Jones, because Sabrina gonna do her thing, Stewie's gonna do her thing. It's all gonna come down to Jonquel, and I don't think she's gonna do it. The same thing with the Aces, um, they got I call it the Fantastic Four. We got Chelsea, Kelsey, Jackie, and then Asia. You got those four there, uh, which is which is going to be the fact, the main factor for them to get through. And I just I like New York's team, but I don't see them beating Aces in a what, a 5 game series, the best of five. So it's like I don't see it.
It'll be an interesting playoffs, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But college football is back.
Wow. Yeah, shout out to University of Mexico. Y'all was up 17 and blew the lead. I'm glad
Uh,
another team, but still, that's crazy.
Shout out to Florida State losing
Oh,
in Dublin to Georgia
I didn't,
Tech.
I didn't want to talk about that because I did the money line
What a bum.
Florida State.
Boo Florida State. That's why the U is better. Boo them boys.
Yeah, he's because that quarterback was what, 3 schools now and then lost
Yeah, too
to
many. He need to get another job. That's what they were saying on Twitter.
sheesh. But yeah, it was a good run.
True.
Yeah, you ready for fantasy next week? Draft starting up?
Yeah, I gotta start doing some mock drafts. I don't know where I'm picking at yet. We'll see when it happens for our league. But I got some drafts next week that I kind of got it. I feel like I have the advantage in certain aspects depending on where I pick.
Mhm.
I just don't want to get that mid spot pick. I hate that. That that mid spot pick is a killer. It kills.
Shout out to Shakira Austin for finally coming back. I've been waiting for her for my team for the longest. I'm glad she's finally back because perfect time is playoffs.
Well, we still got our bet on the table. Person with the best fantasy. Cool 20, slight 20. Get $20 extra.
Oh yeah, easy bread for me. Uh,
Cap. You didn't
thank,
even make the playoffs
thank,
last year. I was borderline
bro.
making the
That was the one, bro. That was the only league I didn't do well in. I think I won a
cap.
chip in the league. I won two chips in the other
I
league.
had if we're going by last year's record, then
Bro,
I'm
but the year before that, last year I had the championship in the league.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's because you
I
pulled
ain't
off
saying
that.
no
That's
part of
because
that.
I should have vetoed that
Uh,
fucking trade that was sent. I should have
uh,
vetoed that shit and been a hater. But I
there
was
you
like,
go.
nah, it's cool. I'm gonna be nice. It's cool. It was my first year. I should have vetoed that joint.
Don't worry about it.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but then it is what it is.
Man, y'all just gotta respect the fact that I'm the GOAT in this fantasy and fantasy football, basketball, men and women's, and then baseball. Now I gotta win a chip. That's the only one I haven't won a chip in is baseball. I'm gonna do it this year.
Well,
So, but let
that
me
shit
tell you this.
about to change.
Let me tell
You
you.
looking at the future champ.
Stop it. But look at this. Look at this best ball team I did. 20 rounds. I took. It's a league where you can't trade, no waivers. So got to get greedy here. Took just my quarterbacks. I got Justin Herbert, Justin Fields, and Jacoby Brissett. I just took Brissett just in case
Yeah,
Fields
I
doesn't get
hope you
banged up.
know. Like I told you, Justin Herbert has plantar fasciitis, so it can be re-aggravated anytime.
Oh, we're
And
not
that's
worried about that. Justin Fields would definitely be my starting quarterback once Mike Tomlin and the
wait,
rest of.
wait, wait. When is that? Because Russell Wilson's definitely starting from the looks of it after yesterday.
Does it? No, because they said they're gonna keep going. Because he had, I mean, both of them had good games. They said they're gonna keep going
Oh,
through.
so they about to do the college thing where they go back and forth between each game. Be like, yo, we're gonna
But
start Russell Wilson, then we'll start Justin Fields. Is crazy
but I
work.
know one thing. I mean, you still got Jacoby Brissett. He's probably gonna start for a little bit until they think Drake May is better. So I got him for a few
Drake
weeks.
May won't be ready to start until his second year. I'm sorry.
That's all that matters for me because I got Brissett just sitting there.
He needs to learn. He needs to learn cadences, IQ, like NFL IQ. His arm talent's there, but he just got to learn. He got to learn.
Now here the running backs where we get active. Derrick Henry, DeAndre Swift, Kenneth Walker, AJ Dillon, Khalil Herbert, and Marshawn Lloyd. Not too many people know about Marshawn Lloyd, but you guys will soon find out. Legend.
Marshawn Lloyd is solid. AJ Dillon ain't gonna get no PT.
Don't put him.
Derrick Henry's a
Look
good
at the goal
pickup.
line carries.
He ain't gonna get that many.
Well, I mean, look, he just there. He just a buffer because I got Swift, Kenneth Walker,
Swift,
Derrick Henry.
man, you pretty much drafted Khalil Herbert because sometimes Washington's first string running backs be getting hurt. So Swift might get hurt. And you got Roshan Johnson there. So there's a lot of running backs.
Yeah, we're not worried about that.
And
The
then Kenneth
wide
Walker,
receivers.
Kenneth Walker hasn't put a completed season together. You know he due for injury.
Yeah, but now listen to this wide receiver team.
Yeah, that's where it gets spooky. I know. That's OD.
Tyreek Hill, J Justin Jefferson, Nico Collins, Jordan Addison, Tank Dell, Darius Slayton, Rome Dunze, which is going to be a sleeper.
Yes.
Jalen McMillan, another sleeper. Then my tight ends, I got David Njoku. I got TJ Hawkinson just for a buffer when he finally comes back. And then I got Jonu Smith. I just got him there for when David Njoku has a bye. Um,
So let me say this.
crazy work.
Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Nick Collins, can't do nothing. Wait, Nathaniel Dell. You talking about Tank Dell?
Yeah, that's just real name. It's not.
Hold up. Okay, that in Rome, that's not even fair. Jordan Addison's gonna be suspended. Well, he also got hurt too, so we don't know how long he out.
He's on IR for me. Let's be
Yeah,
right on.
Darius Slayton, Jalen McMillan, solid. The wide receivers are straight. These tight ends, a little bit iffy because you expecting TJ Hawkinson to come back with no QB from ACL?
And Darnold's not that bad. I
I'll
feel like
sit out for another year. Hey, we not making and TJ Hawkinson has proved to be soft. His
Hey,
former team calls him soft.
he wasn't soft for me when he won me that chip last year.
His
And
former team
then
calls him soft.
that's all I need him to do is win me another one.
The former team calls him soft. David Njoku,
Of course, the
shoot the
former team
jump.
gonna call him soft. They just some hater because he left. He got traded.
David Njoku, he gotta be lucky if Deshaun Watson can stop throwing the ball in the dirt.
Hey, the old team was like like your old girlfriend. They'd be like just bitter because you left. You want to move on to better things, and you ain't sad that they're gone. So it's like his old team is. They just bitter because he moved on to better things, and now they sick. So they'll be all right.
No, it's over for them. David Njoku, and then Jono Smith solid. I'm your QBs are just questionable. Everybody, everything else is straight.
Bro, Justin Fields was what top 12 last year as a QB?
Yeah, near the end of the season.
Oh, that's the perfect part of the season for me. That's playoff time.
You better hope the Steelers he playing for. You better hope that he's starting that playoff time.
Man,
All I
no.
gotta say is, as soon as Mike Tomlin got that losing,
Soon as
that
Russell
that
Wilson throw that thing over the sideline a few too many times, Tom is gonna be like, he gonna pull that plug so fast.
yo, all I gotta say is this: if that losing season is coming up on Tomlin, so yes, Justin Fields, but it's just gonna be interesting.
You know what? I'm about to pull up the skill schedule. At the latest, I say if he doesn't start week 1, he'll be in there by week 4.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at the Steelers schedule. I could tell you straight up. Let's see, week 1. You
Play
want to have
Atlanta. I
after
know
week.
for sure they play Atlanta because I remember that because I got Kirk Cousins in my
You
dynasty league.
want them after week 10.
Let me check because that might be perfect because that's playoff time.
So week 10 Commanders.
Oh, beautiful.
Week 11 the Ravens
I
at
don't know.
home. Oh, they play the Browns on Thursday night. Good Lord. Them 2 weeks are tough. And they play the Bengals on the road.
They
God
got
damn.
they got a sweet schedule that first
Then
few
they
weeks.
play the Browns again on the week 14. Shit.
Yep. Yeah. No, thank you.
Then they play the Eagles week 15. Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna need Herbert to get connected with
Yeah,
real
you
fast.
talking about then they play the Ravens week 16. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Then they play the Chiefs week 17. God dog.
Oh yeah, Chargers got a much better schedule. They got Broncos,
And then they
Patriots.
play the Bengals after week 10. They facing a death row of gauntlets. You saw about the Justin Fields gonna have a great time. Shit,
Hey man,
You
I
need
know he's
Justin
gonna take
Herbert
off.
to be healthy.
Yeah, I like these projections though. So yeah, this
You
is
are
good.
gonna need Justin Herbert to be healthy. That is a death row of contenders.
I'm just trying to figure out what 3 wide
Well, the
receivers.
two Bengals games, the only reason it's in division, but that we know the Bengals ain't really got a defense, so it's like it's gonna be high scoring.
Yeah, that I'm looking at my receivers since it's 3 slots. I'm like, man, I got to figure out who the third one is. I mean, the first two is always going to be Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill. I got to figure out what the third one going to be Tank, Nico.
It should be Nico.
Yeah.
It
But
really should be Nico.
every time Tank was playing when he was played together those short time before he got injured, when he played with Nico, he was always outscoring him. I mean, it wasn't by much, but he was outscoring
Well,
him.
also too, they were using Tank in all types of different packages coming out the backfield and all that stuff. So
He did.
if they got safety over top on Nico, then yeah, I'm throwing the Tank out the backfield for the short pass. You know, I
Yeah.
live with that.
Just ready to win another championship, my good friend.
We'll see about that, man. We will see.
Don't worry about it. I'm out for blood in that 14-man league. I never feel when I was 12th last year. That's not in my repertoire. I have to redeem myself. So we were definitely coming with the heat next was it the draft next Saturday? We were going live for the draft, or y'all gonna
Yeah.
be scary?
I mean, I'm down to go live for the draft and talk my shit.
Okay. You heard it here first. Keep that same energy next week.
I'm
Um,
down.
you want to add anything else?
Nah, nothing else. I'm about to go do a mock draft for this one league where I know I'm picking 12 so I can practice, see what I can do.
Go and get that practice in, brother. Go ahead and get that practice in because you're gonna need it.
From who? Like, I'm gonna need what?
Your practice.
Practice, like, you have to, like, I'm trying to scout, like, okay, what players are going where. And really for my later rounds mostly, because we all know on mock drafts, people don't play the later round.
Yeah, facts. But
Of- Boys be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this mock draft, but like, but you're not playing the later round.
yeah, I love idiots like that. When people be falling asleep in the middle of the late draft. And even the real ones, I'd be like, please, thank you. Let me take this
Don't
player.
worry. I got some sleepers in the late round drafts that I plan to target for every draft
Who
that
might that be?
happen. Huh?
I said, who might that be?
That's none of your business. I know who to target in them late rounds. I was like, The real key is them late rounds. After I get past the fourth round, yeah, it starts getting real scary out there because then I'm really looking.
It sounds good, brother. It sounds real good.
That fourth round is where things get like, okay, I got all I need. Now I'm looking for secondary pieces to rotate in and out to where it's like, okay, he's still good.
But all right, man. Appreciate you coming up.
Appreciate you too, cuz I'll have to talk to you later. Just make sure you have my $20 on time when I finish better than you.
Oops. Yes, thanks for the donation.
Appreciate it. Appreciate for your general cost to my checking account.
It sounds good. But all right, cousin.
All right. Have a good day. Talk to you later.
See ya.